Matthew, we just had a great chat out there about openness, collaboration and so forth.
So I thought
the first time you've met Nick, and I just thought you might like to talk to Nick and ask him what he's all about.
Really? Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love this, David. I love the way you do this. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, really good. I mean, we're just going through an interesting idea there and noticing market shifts in terms of archiving conferences and getting the messages out there for people to discuss. And I pretty much laid all my ideas bare for you,
Yes.
fairly openly to do with that. How was that for you?
Well, it's interesting because when you started talking about the ability to record what happens in a conference and archive that, and I immediately sort of came back and you said, oh, no, that doesn't work because it's too big, it's too unwieldy, the audience can't digest it, the audience doesn't want to digest it. And I said, one of the things I've been doing more of is what David Wilcox, who's over there getting himself a cup of coffee, would call the social reporter role, which is being in amongst a conference but trying to pull together the essence of it and themes of it and some of the key contributors, giving those in digestible chunks of 7 or 8 minutes and so on. And you were sort of nodding, yeah, that makes sense to me. And then I sort of went back round to, but of course the beauty of the complete archive is it declares openness.
Yeah.
It says we as an organisation or as a group of people are not embarrassed by anything that happened here, and anything you said here is valuable. It doesn't matter who you are and what you said, we are confident about it and we're going to share it with the outside world.
Yes.
And if they find it in 6 weeks' time or in 6 years' time, it doesn't matter. It's out there.
Yeah.
And so, in some ways, one of the beauties of the sorts of archiving you're talking about, is it takes that edge out of any top-down conference, which is where they assume that the organisers have a preset agenda, and they assume that the organisers are going to massage the outcome to suit that agenda. And the moment you archive everything, you start to puncture that.
People are accountable and people can see. And then once you've got the archives, you can then make more useful, digestible chunks out of them, and then with Web 2 discuss, allow people to put it up. And I hate the term Web 2, sorry about using that.
I don't hate the term Web 2, it doesn't matter, you can call it whatever you want.
But the point, someone can download a chunk, listen to it, and then the debate can continue beyond the conference.
Well, that's right, and the most important thing is they can do what they please with it, so they can edit it and turn it into something else, so that so that just as you can cut and paste text and turn it into your own blog post or whatever, you should be able to do that with video and audio, and you can technically do that. It's a question of the content being out there and making it doable.
Okay, I've got one question for you, and I was wondering, if I'm trying to advocate this approach to an organisation and they're particularly precious about their identity, would they be scared about me editing up the archives into something which means something completely different from what I've put out there?
Yeah, they wouldn't let you do it. It's part. There will be organisations that go, well, that's all very lovely, but what about our brand? And we've spent years building up a brand, we've managed it, blah blah blah. So no, they'll just walk away from the conversation. So the question is, how do you start giving them a tiny experience of online collaboration and what it can mean for them in terms of the ideas and in terms of other people applying their brain power to solving their problems. And if you can start using, I don't know, I mean these are basic tools, but Facebook groups or a blog or whatever, and you start with the basics, you actually need to seduce them into understanding that once you open your whole archive, imagine what people can do to help you with that available. But you need to give them a taste of it somewhere else, I think.